So I probably look like crud, but because it's been a very long day. So anyway, I it has been suggested that during the pandemic that we record our experiences either through writing, video, voice, whatever. So I'm going to try to do that. Now today is day 3 of working from home for me, but today is day 1 of our students being online working. I am exhausted. I know my supervisor's exhausted because there's a lot of tech being used, and it's being used more than on a normal school day. So, and it's not just our teachers and our students using the tech, but our students' grandparents, our students' parents, aunts, uncles, anyone who's helping these kiddos out. Sometimes for some of them, this is completely new. So they're doing their best to make sure the kids are being safe and that they're doing their work. I sometimes had to revert to old technology and make phone calls to help people because email was just getting too busy. I literally was online last night, I think till, 10 p.m., but I didn't answer questions after 8 because our help desk is technically open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So then this morning I thought, okay, the last 2 days, these teachers have been preparing. Today will be the students' first day. I'm sure the kids will sleep in. I'm sure that they'll do a few things here, a few things there, because I think they only get really like 4 hours or 5 hours of actual work. And I figured, well, we won't hear anything from anyone for first thing in the morning. I happened to get up and I had sat and had he had a coffee, I had a cocoa with my husband before he went to work. He works for utility. He cannot stay home like I can. And then at 8, when I was scheduled to start, sorry, I'm tired. When I was scheduled to start, I opened up my laptop and my day started with, I think, 64 new emails at 8 a.m. I spent a lot of my day fixing an ongoing website problem we were having because I think Google changed. Oh man, that looks so horrible. Google changed something this week and it shut down our website of all times the first day, like everyone was going to be home, or the kids were going to be home, the teachers were not. And so between day 1 and day 2, I got up in the middle of the night and I just happened to glance at my phone and saw a message that came through almost 10 o'clock that night. So then I got it 3 hours later. Website's down. I was like, oh, because I'm the webmaster too. I was like, oh man, website's down. That's not good. So I spent 3.5 hours with Google trying to fix. It was a redirect issue. I had to put in a new value with the DNS and all kinds of fun techie stuff. And so anyway, 3.5 hours, and I thought, okay, when I get up in the morning, things will be better. I got up and logged in for 7:30 was my first email. It woke me up actually with my phone. Shut your email off on your phone if you have the luxury to do so. I did that last night because I wanted to sleep until I could sleep without worrying about emails. So I got the first email at 7:30 and it says, website's down for me. Is it down for everyone? I was like, oh no. I just spent the whole 3.5 hours in the middle of the night fixing that. Find out she had bookmarked the old site, but then it was popping up throughout the day. And then Google went and did some kind of truncating after the propagation happened, and it started truncating off the URLs at the beginning, so it was dropping the sites.google.com. So then I started getting new 404 errors from people. The high school students were great because I sent an email out to them, said, hey, if you get this error, send me the URL address from the bar and tell me so I can see what web page you're trying to visit and I can try to fix it. Oh, those kids were great. They were like, 404 error, I got one too. And I was able to find some and patch them up right away. So good. Then I had to figure out how to tell Google that when they do a Google search on our district, that the web page was wrong. There was no easy way to report it. I finally found one where I can ask them to remove it. So they're going to remove us, I hope, because it has to go through some approval process. I hope they remove it as a broken link, because it really is technically a broken link. And then the Google search algorithm will find us again down the road. We'll see. Hopefully sooner than later. So by reporting that one broken, I'm hoping the search engine algorithm will find the newer working link so that when our parents do the Google thing, they'll find us. So I'm sorry this isn't more exciting, but it's sort of like my plague journal, I guess. And this is, I thought, working from home, that's going to be wonderful. I'll get so much done. I'm not getting anything done. I'm still haven't set up a folder for a first grade teacher to ask me. Like every time I start that, 5 emails come in. It's like it's cursing me. And then I forget about it and things get quiet. And then I go, oh yeah, that folder. And then I go try again. And then 5 more emails come in. Or can you please call me? Or it's still not working. The other big one today, and I'm hoping maybe there's some other techie people out there. We never really used Screencastify before in our district. We don't really sanction it or offer training in it, but some teachers were like, I really could use this during our shutdown to make videos for the kids. Now, I've used it way in the past. I have used it, but I'm not up to date on it. And then, of course, there's going to be issues network-wise and other things because we never use it. We don't know how to use it, and God bless them for wanting to just want to know what's best for the kids. And the kids to see a friendly face, and hear a friendly voice. And, we just all want to stay connected when we're being forced to be disconnected. But anyway, taking hours for videos to fully upload. So that's been popping up in my email too, and I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't figure out why. It's first thing this morning I spent time. I have a teacher who does mindful moments, and she wanted to put a video up every day, basically, of new mindful moments, so her kids could go on the website, her kids and their parents go on the website and do some de-stressing. And I thought, that's a great idea. I've put videos on the websites before. I know how to embed with HTML. This is not new to me. I could not get that video. Shared it with me. I couldn't get her shared video to work. Then then I tried putting it into a Google presentation to the presentation on the website, figuring maybe that would work, Tried to put it in my drive. Well, that was a mess because it kept saying this video isn't done uploading. Hours later, it's still saying that. Then I go and research it, and it seems that because she made it, it's an MOV file, and she made it with her phone, and the iPhone, newer iPhones attach a compression called HEIC for high definition purposes, and that can cause the problem. So I don't think that's the problem with Screencastify. I don't think that's the problem with Screencastify. I think it is with that MOV file. Now, I've had people put, AVI files and MP4 files in Drive before. We haven't had these issues like this. And so I was getting frustrated. Excuse me, it's been a very busy day. Finally, my supervisor says, there's known issues right now. Everything's getting bottlenecked. We're going to just have to, explain to people to stick with what you already know. And let's revisit this in a couple days when things quiet down. That makes sense. My dog likes me being home. So I call her the home office manager. I might start tweeting some of the things I've been putting on my personal Facebook because they're kind of funny and it just entertains me. I did first, it was just kind of accidental that people liked it. So I thought, oh, I'll make more of these. So I have like a picture of her staring me down. And I said, this is the work from home office manager. She's been barking orders at me all day. And then she asked to go out in the middle of us doing something, but she was insistent, and she's a Yorkie. If she doesn't go out, she's going to go in the house. I take her out and I go, there's my work from home office manager getting some business done. And then, what was the last one I posted? Oh, I took my laptop off my lap for like a second to readjust myself in the chair. And I've been working in this recliner for 3 days. And that sounds wonderful, but really it's not comfortable after a while. The minute I took that laptop off my lap, she crawled right in, so I took a picture of hers. My work from home office manager is all over me. She works me like a dog. So I may try to put those on Twitter. They're kind of cute, and we need a laugh right now. So it's been challenging. Certainly has been challenging to try to work from home. It's interesting though, because in college I used to work on the help desk phone to help people with their dial-up. And I really learned how to talk to people on the phone who were struggling with technology. That skill just came in real handy today. Working with, first graders and their grandparents and trying to work with some teachers over the phone. It's hard to not be there. So if you're watching this and you made it to, through my ramblings, you have any advice about Screencastify, I would certainly appreciate that. Why we're having issues. Their website says something like a 2 to 10 minute video could take hours. And I imagine the traffic is just unbelievably busy, the digital traffic, with everybody working from home and kids at home. And I just want to be able to help everyone. That's my job. But I'm stuck in the house like everyone else. And I have to do it remotely as best as I can. And for some of my kiddos and teachers, they don't have very good internet. I wish the infrastructure was better. I think a lot of it is if we had better infrastructure and had to suddenly do this like we did, it wouldn't be as stressful. People would already be a little more savvy because they would be using the digital stuff more at home if they had the infrastructure in place. But I have some folks who don't even get cell service. Now they have to do this distance learning. I do want to say something great about in my district. They did one really good thing. This is not related to technology, but wow. Food insecurity, that's a big deal. A lot of these families depend on the schools. And I just want to shout out to my district that what they did is they worked it out. And I don't know all the details because I'm not involved. I just think what they did is marvelous. They worked it out so people can order breakfast and lunch for their kids, like they would normally get it at school. Then at 11 a.m., they load up the lunches and the breakfast for the next morning on the buses. And the bus drivers drive their normal afternoon route. They drive that route and drop off the food at the bus stops. Parents can come and pick the food up at the bus stops where the kids would normally get dropped off. And a lot of the parents were used to being there to pick up their kids anyway. I know because I a lot of times behind the school buses and stop with them and watch the parents pick them up. So, but it's earlier in the day and a lot of the parents, and if there's a problem delivering to their normal afternoon stop, like maybe the kids are with their grandparents because the parents have to work, or whatever arrangements, that they can tell the school a different route to put the food on. This is also another way that they're delivering offline supplies to the kids, like worksheets and stuff, and they're picking up stuff if they need to from the families. So the bus drivers have become like heroes in this, right? They're not sitting, they weren't sitting home, they're still getting paid, and they're just still serving the kids. So that's good that they were able to do that. So proud of my district for coming up with that solution. I think this will all work out. It's just bumpy right now. As we move along, I do get nervous when I hear things like state of Kansas has gone ahead and canceled school for the rest of the school year. I can't even imagine us doing this. I mean, this is day 3, and I want to pass out, and I'm still watching Help Desk till 8 p.m., It's a 12-hour day. And it's quiet now, which is why I could make the video. If a ticket comes in, I'm going to try to help because kids are still working and teachers are still working too. There's no reason I'm not working. I love our staff and I love our kids, and I am so proud of our bus drivers, and the SAU has been a great effort out there in a really odd and weird situation. So that's where I'm at right now, day 3 on this couch, and in a bit I'm going to get up and walk around and stretch and maybe start making some dinner for my husband. He might like to have that when he gets home. The house is a mess, and I've been home all day and I haven't been able to even sweep the floor because it's so busy. But that's good. That means people are working and people are trying and they're doing, and they're just going to keep on trucking. We'll all get through this. It's all temporary, just stressful. Love y'all.